we go. Hello,
Woo!
Matt.
Woo! Hello there, dear
Oh.
Forrest. How are you, my friend?
I am good. I feel 1 year older than I
You
did.
do? Happy birthday, mate.
Oh, cheers, matey pal. Yeah, it's mad. I'm in my 30s. That
How was
is
it? Well, how was it yesterday? It was your birthday yesterday,
outrageous.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was gorgeous. We start kind of the day before was a big day. So me and Soph went for a spa day. Believe it or
Ooh.
not, Forest in a spa is like, honestly, it's
I
like,
saw a cheeky little story that Sophie put up, and you looked absolutely joyous.
I couldn't, honestly, I had a smile like a Cheshire Cat all day, mate. I was walking around. It's absolutely not where you would normally place me, but you bung me in front of an afternoon tea, sitting by the swimming pool. Oh yes, please. We were in a hot tub. I went to a steamer. At one point, I was popping mud on myself.
Were you?
Well,
You went there.
We went into a mud chamber, mate.
What happened? Did you just chuck up mud at each other or something?
So you delicately place mud on each other, and it's quite funny.
It's quite erotic.
It is. It especially is because the woman who takes you in says just before she leaves, she goes, "You please don't put the mud onto sensitive areas." And I was literally like, "Wow, what are we?" Wow.
Really?
And then she leaves. And you're like, well, what?
That is because somebody has done that.
Exactly. And I was trying to, I told Soph, I went, people have genuinely done this naked. They've done some dodgy stuff in here. Like, this room has seen its fair share of dirtiness.
Wow. And now all I can't is get like the image of mud and delicate areas
and
in
me.
my head.
Me, mud, delicate areas.
And now that's implanted in your head, dear listener. So enjoy that. That's a little offer.
That's dreamy. That's one way to start off this week's podcast.
Here we go. It's our news episode. We've got news for you, dear listener. This is the jingle of the news of the MCU and the DC news. Let's see what's going on. Do.
And some rumours too.
Ooh, I like that. That's good. Where do we start? There's so much to talk about.
There is. I want to start. This isn't news, this isn't rumour, but just Spider-Man across the multiverse. It has now been released. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't. I think the full release date is today.
It's an odd one because I've seen so much of it being advertised.
Sorry, I am still here. My camera's decided to not work.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll be back. I'm still here.
He'll be back. Yes, I've seen so much of it on social media that it feels like the film has been out for weeks.
Yeah.
But it looks insane. It looks amazing. Like people on Twitter have said that kind of every shot is cinematic masterpiece in itself. Just everything about it, I think, the first Spider-Man animated film was brilliant, and I think this one's gonna tip top it.
Yeah, 100%. I think before we delve into that, I think in terms of what we need to talk about, we definitely need to talk about Across the Universe, and we will do that in a moment, 1000%, because that's got to be the biggest topic. The other thing we need to talk about is the Flash movie release as well. The final trailer's coming out. Talking about that, there's some stuff around Henry Cavill and the Flash as well, with new Supergirl being involved. We've got some Agatha Coven of Chaos news that I've got for you. We've got Sam Raimi news about Secret Wars. And if there's anything else from you, Forrest, we'll talk about that. But I think in terms of, talking about MCU, DC stuff, there's a lot of Spider-Man related content.
There is. I've also got some Thunderbolts news as well.
Have you now? Oh, and Deadpool as well. We've got some Deadpool news.
And Deadpool news. We've got bloody loads of news.
Came teeming out this
so
month.
Rich. So let's go to Spider-Man because I think that'll be a big theme, like you say.
Let me grab my camera first. I've got to grab my new camera. It's all going well, mate. It's all going well.
Right, so he's gonna grab his camera. So listeners, it's just me and you. here today. I don't quite know what to do in this moment, but
oh fuck!
Oh, he's just fucking knocked himself unconscious with the new webcam.
I'm with you.
Oh,
here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done things to that webcam. There he is. Look
down
at
here.
him go.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, hello. I've got your crotch in shot. Here he is.
Very well did there, didn't you?
Here we go.
That's better.
Oh, do you know what I fancy? Let's just don't mind if little custard cream.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. Honestly, this episode so far has been like ADHD in the form of a podcast. We've gone through about 10 different things, and we've literally recorded how many seconds? 20 seconds material.
Honestly, life has been absolutely insane over the last few weeks. I've had shows, projects starting, ending, new ones starting, rehearsals for other ones. It's just a constant stream of busyness at the moment, and I'm fine with it because it's all stuff I love. I'm really lucky. I think we are both, you and I, really lucky that we get to do stuff that we love and really genuinely enjoy. But sometimes it's quite intense stuff. But it's all good. It's all good.
It is.
But I'm glad we're here. This is kind of the reason why we're doing it on a Thursday as well. So we do usually do listen to upload on a Wednesday. Don't worry, this won't be a regular thing. It's just because life is really busy at the moment. But we can't possibly do a podcast where it's either one or us. It has to be together. Has to be a duo. Has to be like that. Exactly.
Has to be the dream team.
Yeah.
But yes.
Right, Spider-Man, yes.
Spider-Man, let's go back. Across the multiverse. Looks incredible. Miles Morales. Very excited about it. Very excited about it.
So, in terms of like the premise of the movie, it's kind of really opening up the multiverse for Spider-Man, and obviously we look at Spider-Man 2099 as well. Kind of like the main, I suppose, antagonist. We've got evil Spider-Man in a way. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how it develops the story. But it's also what it's done. It's very much open. It's quite literally opened up the universe of all the Spider-Men. Sony. So as of recording, it's the 1st of June. I think yesterday or the day before, released a picture, an image of all 4 current Spider-Men that are in our cinematic extended across the universe and multiverse. So we've got Miles Morales from across the universe and and the animated ones. We've got Tom Holland Spider-Man. We've got Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and we've got Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. So these kind of 4 cinematic Spider-Men have now officially been kind of recognized in a way with this post from Sony and Disney, let's say, that these are our Spider-Men. Expect it, and it's this kind of now speculation of seeing a potential of, are we going to see all these 4 Spider-Men together at some point? Are we going to get I don't know. Are we going to get like a Spider-Man movie where it's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
Where it's like animation and live action together. Well, I don't know. The possibilities are endless.
Well, and do we get that in this film?
I know, yeah.
Is there? I don't know. It feels like if he's going across the multiverse, there could be a shot in this film that actually, does that, or at least ponders that.
I think Andy Samberg has been confirmed to be the punk iteration of Spider-Man. Ooh. I think across the universe. Actually, speaking of which, co-director, and this is a source from Superheroes Base. That was really difficult to say. I don't know why. Co-director Justin Thomas reveals that there are about 280 Spider people in the film, and about 95 of them are named characters.
Wow,
that's mad.
That's ridiculous. Could that be too many? Is this going to be a film where you are so confused who the bloody hell everybody is?
I mean, you've got to, I think with this one.
The first one did feel a bit like that. moments.
Yeah, to be fair,
seem to
I think you can't. I don't think this is a movie. If you have never heard of Spider-Man or never seen a Spider-Man movie, maybe go and watch at least the first animated one first, so you get an idea of the story for Miles Morales and the continuation of his narrative. But equally, you kind of need to know the background so you can get the Easter eggs, so you can get the kind of nostalgia maybe and little quips here and there. Also, you kind of need to have played the games. So
Yeah.
the Spider-Man 1 and the Spider-Man 2 trailer came out as well this week. We need to talk about, like, oh my god, it looks so good.
Look outrageously good.
Yeah. But you can
get-
collect those suits, can't you? And those suits are different iterations of the Spider People, let's say, which you can sort of go like, there's a Punk Spider-Man that you can get, which will be in the movie, which is great. So there's all these kind of like hints and links in there. But like, I think if you haven't watched it or know anything about Spider-Man, you're going to be feeling quite lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which we're not on that boat, so I'm thrilled, mate. I can't wait. We need to find a date. We need to go.
We do. We do need to watch it. I think because it's animated and not in the MCU, it's not been part of our normal ritual. But we definitely need to go, especially because Soph's making me go and see The Little Mermaid, which is that's fine. I'm very happy to watch it, but I think I'd like to even it out with a bit of Spider-Man action. Would be nice.
I think even that out with a little bit of Spider-Man action. Yeah, fair play.
So this leads me on actually quite nicely to the more news I have.
Is it Spider-Man related?
It is Spider-Man related.
Okay, cool. Great.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, mate. Well, we've got loads to talk about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So next year, did you know that the third installment's coming out already?
The third installment
is coming out already. Yep. So we have literally only just had this, and we're going straight in with the third.
You mean the fourth one?
No.
You talking about Tom Holland's ones?
No. The animated ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow! Really?
Yeah. So next, why can't my laptop? How do I do that? Right. So. Yes, this is a variety article about Spider-Man, which tells us that the producers behind the trilogy have their attention set on the third instalment, which is next year's Beyond the Spider-Verse. So we've got Across the Multiverse, Beyond the Spider-Verse. But that is not the only thing they're working on. So the producer, Amy Pascal, says that a Spider-Woman and a live-action Miles Morales movie are both in the works.
Oh my god, that is so exciting.
Incredible. Spider-Woman and Miles Morales. And in addition, as you quite rightly point out, is Spider-Man 4 with our very own Tom Holland.
Ugh.
But that has been paused for the moment. Paused development because of the writer's strike.
Yes, we need to talk about that. It's a massive. It's caused lots of. Not say lots of issues, but like it's halted quite rightly, and I am of this. I'm for the strike. Pay people correctly, especially creatives. If there's any underserving, underpaid industry out there, it's the creative industries. Pay them rightly. You put your heart and soul into it. That's all we 100%. Will say. Yes, it's. I think a few other projects have been halted as well.
Yes. Absolutely. I'll mention those in a bit. But so they're working on all of that. And I think part of this writer strike is that we might see a delay on certain announcements. So Spider-Woman, although it hasn't been announced, officially, it will be around the corner. But yeah, lots of exciting Spider-Man additions there. But the one that is coming round the corner this year is Spider-Man 2, the game. Have you seen the trailer? Did you watch the gameplay trailer?
Have I? I mean, we've been sharing it on our stories this week. I mean, the trailer's coming out. It's just so great. We've got Peter Parker, Miles Morales in it together. They were all very much established with the first Spider-Man game, the Miles Morales game as well. And now it's coming into this iteration. And we've also got symbiotic Spider-Man as well. Which is sick. I think it's going to be great, mate. I think it's got all the DNA of the previous games, but it's just added combat. We got some really good long trailer of the combat system, the game, and how it's going to work, how it's going to function. It looks sick. I am all for it.
Yeah,
All for it.
100%. Absolutely echo those thoughts. I think I slightly would agree. So one of the things that came out this week, so it's Insomniac that make the Spider-Man games. They have come out and said, because there was a little bit of comments towards the gameplay, to say that this is a current gen release only, so it's only going out on PS5. It's not a PS4 game, and there was some comments to say that the graphics leap wasn't quite as big as they thought it should be or ought to be.
Right.
So Insomniac's come out and said that the gameplay that we have seen so far is earlier in development.
Right.
So that's absolutely not the final product, which is quite exciting. I think I would echo those thoughts into saying that some of the gameplay and some of the visuals do feel very much like the first Spider-Man game, which is fine. It was a great game, but actually, as well as broadening the subject matter by introducing a new character like Miles Morales, then I think it does also need to see, if you're going to make a trilogy of games, that those games need to have like a reasonable leap per game. There was quite a lot of buttons that you saw being pressed and certain things being done that are very similar to the first game, which is great. But if you're playing it's going to be quite a long campaign, like I reckon the second game will be. If it's just a regurgitation of the first game, that'll be fine. I think they can get away with it because the story is going to be of interest more so than the gameplay. But as a gamer, I would like the gameplay just to hold up just as well as everything else.
100%.
Yeah.
The fluidity, I think what they did really well with the first one and Miles Morales as well, in terms of the fluidity of combat as well in the game. It's just seamless, and you can, you got all the sequences of the buttons, all that kind of stuff, and you can play around with that and adapt it as well. But just the way that it played in terms of combat, it was seamless. It was seamless. So it's just kind of keeping that going, keeping that adding to it as well as you go along. But mate, I can't wait. I think it was the Christmas before, I spent all Christmas playing the first one. Obsessed with it. Yeah.
I think what we should do, Matt, is we during our 1 year anniversary, we made it known that we've now got a Patreon. Part of that Patreon is some additional bonus footage. So I reckon once it comes out, we do a little gaming sesh.
Mate, all over it.
Gaming sesh.
100%.
And that can be for our Patreon viewers.
Oh, let's do it.
So subscribe in time for that.
Absolutely, man. I mean, and as well, sticking with Spider-Man just for a very moment, Sony as well, as much as they've released this image, they've also highlighted all, and I can't believe this, all 9 Spider-Man movies in a new trailer to promote Across the Spider-Verse. So they, as much as we've been saying, if you haven't watched it, they are quite literally telling their audiences, and even general audiences, to go, well, there are 9 movies. There's a lot of hours you need to watch before you go and watch Across the Spider-Verse to get really the most out of it. It goes to show that there's a huge blend going into the universe. Oh, the girls walked in. Chaos is about to ensue.
The fun part of this podcast is about to begin. Yes. Any more Spider-Man news, my friend?
Mate, I'm all good to go ahead and start with Flash, mate.
Flash hits us with a bit of Flash.
Right, we've got the final trailers of Flash movie. It is. I just need to double check. I think it's out now, or is it coming out next week? I think it's out now in certain parts of the world. Release date, June 16th in the UK. So we've still got a little bit of time. But we've got the final trailers. There's lots of news going around the performances in general. Ezra Miller has reportedly, with those that have seen it early, has absolutely smashed it. And performed brilliantly. Now, there's lots of controversy going around him, whether he's going to be continuing. There is a report through Screen Rant that Andy Muschietti, of whom I don't know who that is, that might be the director. Oh, you hear this?
This is lovely. I hope this is to me, because otherwise this could be awkward
weird,
if I take the. Oh. Oh, thank you. Hello.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm just gonna. Let's pause. Let's pause so we can talk to the kids.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see you on the flippity flip. And we're back.
Okay, so as I was saying about The Flash, we've got news that they say that Ezra Miller will not be recast for a potential sequel of The Flash. So this is coming from Multiverse Nation. Now again, whether this is true or complete hearsay, never really. Who knows these days? Never really know everything's factual. Now, I think what they've done with the movie is if I can only hope they've left it in a way where they can potentially recast it. But I think, judging by the early reviews, he's done really well with the film, and they're looking forward to sort of seeing what the reaction will be, and maybe they'll wait to see that general audience reaction to see if they're prepared for him to stay as the Flash going forward. But is he part of James Gunn's plans? No one knows.
Yeah, very true. Interesting. Yeah, what I did see is our good friend Lee at Lights Camera Rant. He posted a video of him going to see it, and he's encouraged everybody to see it. He really liked it. He said there was one or two things that he wasn't so keen on. So maybe when we do discuss it, we can bring our good friend Lee in for a little chinwag, get his thoughts about it all.
Amazing. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. So Henry Cavill has seen it as well, and has congratulated Supergirl on the movie. And it looks. For me, I got with the trailers. It is a classic DC universe movie. I don't see much of what James Gunn might want to impart on his new vision, where it plays with all this, with this narrative and with this story, and with particularly we've got kind of a reprise and kind of a final reprise with Ben Affleck's Batman, and a final reprise of even Michael Keaton's Batman as well, which is crazy to think we've got classic Batman back. But yeah, I'm interested to see it. I'm definitely going to see it. I think we're just a wait and see, mate. It's a wait and see.
Wait and see. Watch your space.
Yeah.
And we will let you know what we think in the next month's roundup, I reckon. That's when we'll be talking about that.
Yeah.
Those juicy deets. Shall we head to the land of Agatha, Coven of Chaos?
We absolutely should. Now, there's been reports that they have finished and wrapped filming as of the May 27th. So that is all done. It's all done and dusted. So that will be coming to us very, very soon. Well, I say very soon, soon enough. But it also goes to show that I don't think this was affected by the strikes.
No. So this I think was so far along, just before the strikes begun, that it came out the other side unaffected. We have got Catherine Hine as Agatha Harkness, Emma Caulfield Ford as Sarah Proctor, Joe Locke, Aubrey Plaza is going to be in this. I'm really excited to see Aubrey.
Oh wow!
I really like Aubrey. I think she's a great actress. And we've got, who else we got coming in? We've got a couple of actors, a couple of characters who have been in WandaVision as well, that are coming back for this. No. Oh no, Sacha Baron Cohen wasn't part of this, was he? He's going to be part. What is it?
Mephisto.
But I wouldn't be surprised if he features in this series, because as far as I'm aware, that character is linked to Agatha, isn't it?
Yeah.
Agatha is like, you know, he's in power of Agatha, I believe. I believe that's how it works. So yeah, I would be 95% sure we're going to see him appear at some point.
I can't. I mean, I can't wait to watch it. I think we need to see a development go further with that side of the MCU, in terms of Wanda. You know, I think Wanda is due to come back, but like I feel like Elizabeth Olsen is reaching the end of her role, I think, as Scarlet Witch, and I think she signed a multi-year deal to Marvel way back when she was doing the Avengers movies, and has actually encouraged publicly in an interview to warn other actors out there, if they are going into the MCU, to not do that. Wow. So I don't know if there's any kind of regret, or she's feeling like she's done with it, or don't know. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also, they have revealed how many episodes there will be. So there'll be 9 episodes in Agatha, Coven of Chaos. Which it was speculated to be 6. So there'll be 9 episodes. So it'll be quite a nicely sized series. So yeah, and actually, one long-lasting theory. This is coming from Covered Geekly. One long-lasting theory is that Mephisto will have some sort of presence in the series, due to the fact he has plenty of history with the character in the comics.
Oh, right.
I would be very shocked if they didn't, because otherwise Mephisto is going to come out of nowhere.
Oh, okay.
So I would be very, very surprised if we don't have some kind of Mephisto action within this series.
We've been confirmed when it does come out. There will be 9 episodes.
Yeah.
In terms of length, I don't know how. But
did you just listen to what I just said?
Oh, did I just miss that?
Yeah, that's basically what I just spent the last 10 minutes talking about.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, mate. You know, we're both looking up future articles to mention, so we're completely ignoring what each other is saying. I literally just said the words, there's going to be 9 episodes, they think that instead of 6, but that's better. It's better when it comes out of your mouth, Matt. That's... I can't
God's sake.
Oh, mate, loving that. Yeah. So no, how many episodes? Just so the audience really know. 9 episodes. Well, there you go. I'm properly excited for that. That'll be good.
Do you want to know when it's being released? Have you said that as well?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Do you know? Do you know when it's being? Hey, here we go.
I do. So it's been set to release on the winter of 23-24, but it will now be pushed into 2024 on Disney Plus, but they haven't given a specific date yet. I'm thinking early 2024. I'm going to say March.
Yeah, I think really early doors, because everything that's going on with Kang will be unaffected by this.
Yeah.
So actually, this will be perfect for Marvel to get out there without any concerns or any. Which, man, still no news in regards to the Kang. In regards to...
No, it's gone really quiet.
Really quiet. Don't
really
know
quiet.
What the verdict is on that, or if there's any repercussions with Loki. As far as we're aware, Loki Series 2 very much coming out as is. So I don't know. That's very peculiarly quiet. I'm not quite sure when the court case is.
Right.
Which might be. I think that was early June, wasn't it? Actually. So that might affect why we're not hearing anything.
What I can say is that in terms of the current thought process is that there's no change in villain. They are sticking with Kang. Whether it will be Jonathan Majors as Kang is yet to be decided, but they have pretty much confirmed that there are 8 upcoming MCU projects where his variants may appear. 8. So it's either 8 different actors, or they're going to completely blow it out of the water, or just sweep everything under the rug and just he stays as our Kang. I just think that's going to be slightly problematic. I think if it's all true, they can't obviously have him as the role. They can't.
No.
For obvious reasons, but it's just, I think, a tricky situation. But I think everybody's still reeling from Guardians 3 and the higher evolutionary as well in terms of that role.
Yeah.
So I think we just got to wait and see. We've just got to wait and see.
Yeah. Absolutely. But you can bet your bottom dollar as soon as we know, or you, our lovely listeners, will know.
Will. Yeah, you will.
Bloody will.
Yeah, you will.
So we had some good news. We had some news about the writer's strike in regards to Agatha. Now, in regards to what the writer's strike is affecting, so Marvel has pushed pause on Thunderbolts production. So we will have a pause with Thunderbolts, and I believe you were alluding to it earlier. You got some news about Deadpool 3 as well.
Yeah, so there's been reports coming out with Deadpool 3, not to say that it's not been halted. It has just begun filming, I think, this week. But the news has reported that this, due to the writer's strike and the fact that they finalised the script, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool cannot improvise too much at all, due to the fact that there is no writing team on set. Or it's very minimal. So they've been kindly asking Ryan to kind of go, look, can you not do that brilliant thing that you do that everybody loves? Improvise, not that, please. Stick to the script. Which hopefully, to be honest, if the script is all good and he's all happy with it as well, and Hugh Jackman as well, it's still going to be great. I can't see it should really affect anything in terms of filming, but
yeah, I think It's disappointing because I think we know what Ryan Reynolds is like when he's improvising, and we know how great his bits are. But likewise, as you say, as long as the scripts are strong, it shouldn't really matter in regards to improv.
No.
So I did see something where it was kind of like when Deadpool's in costume. Actually, they could edit. If they did knock out the improv, but then later in the production they can add it back, because we obviously don't see Ryan Reynolds' mouth. They think they could edit some of that in, and just build his expression around it. But I think that's a lot of work
that's a lot of work
for him to say fuck a couple of extra times or whatever he would improv. I can't imagine he's improving like a whole section that they're bothered to keep.
No, but to be honest, I can only, if there's anybody that's problematic on a set that loves to go a little bit AWOL, it's probably him and Paul Rudd are the two.
Yes.
For me. Yeah.
I'm intrigued, but I'm not concerned about it. Put it that way. So Marvel has also pushed pause on a pre-production for Blade. Which was expected to shoot in June. It's halt production on its TV series Wonder Man. This is according to Deadline, by the way. This is all coming out of Deadline. Right. So I think we are going to see effects from this writer's strike.
Yeah,
both TV and screen. We're going to get. It will affect, but I think ultimately it's for the right reasons, and people need to be paid properly. So.
Do you think they're going to drop any projects?
I don't think Marvel will do so because of the writer's strike. I think that potentially, given the response to She-Hulk, given the response to the last couple of years of Marvel, I think generally I think internally there's probably a little bit of like, what are we actually doing going forward?
Yeah,
because that's my only thing now would be looking at all the projects that are coming out and going, right, this is all great, but where under what umbrella is this heading? Because this looks like many. You got Agatha in one corner, you got Thunderbolts in another. You've still got Spider-Man hanging around. We got a Winter Soldier and a Falcon. There's a lot of different things that it doesn't feel like it's coming together in the same way everyone came together for Thanos. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
that's true.
I think Marvel got to be careful if this is still a universe. They've either got to make the decision basically: are they Marvel releasing loads of films all of the time, not necessarily all together under one umbrella, but a couple of films or a couple of TV series might interchange some things, or are they under the same umbrella? Is it still the universe, and are they still gearing towards a ultimate movie where the Avengers team up? Because for me, it's not very certain when you look at what's coming out what path they're going down, to be honest.
I think as much as like Guardians 3 has very much kind of like rekindled a lot of people's love for the franchise, they are still, I think, above us in terms of the big people making the big decisions. They're still trying things out. They're still trying to find what is this new identity, what is this new era, and we are going into a new era of an MCU franchise where it's not being rebooted. It's just kind of new things being introduced. The way that we are receiving content is changing as well. One of which, actually, if we're talking about news, Echo, the series due to come out in November, is going to be the first MCU TV series where all episodes will be released on November 29th, I think, at the same time, and you'll be able to watch every single episode all at once and binge through it. So they're trying this binge form or with Echo to see if it will work, and if that kind of helps with the digesting of the content, with it people not getting MCU burnout, that you can just watch this in your own time. We'll just have to wait and see. I think it's a case, we just got to trust the process, I think, but I can see why people stop watching and stop listening and stop really caring about the MCU. I get it. I do get it.
I have seen a couple of things about the kind of Echo, and so one of the there's different viewpoints basically as to why they've done this binge, and I think it's absolutely for the reasons you've outlined there, Matt, which is they're trying different things out, seeing what sticks, seeing what doesn't, but they there's been quite a response online that I've seen that's kind of like it lends itself to Marvel not being completely self-assured that Echo's going to do well. So they're just whacking it all out there in the hope that it, like, people who do watch it will stick a load of stuff online and get people frenzied up about it. Whereas, if you're not secure that something's going to do well, you don't want to release one episode a week, because by week 3, your viewership's nothing, nil, right? So I've seen that kind of view online. I've also seen another view, which is like a belief that is there a reason why they've done that, which is more to do with what's coming out.
Maybe
so have Marvel got to rush it out because something's coming out, because this will link. I'm trying to think. Echo that's still related to Clint, isn't it? You still got Clint, Yelena, Hawkeye, Clint, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop. So it's all linked to do with that, isn't it? Which also links, therefore, with Thunderbolt.
Yeah. So maybe they're just hurrying that on.
Hurrying it out so that they can get Thunder. But as we know, if Thunderbolts has been delayed, then maybe.
Do you think they're hurrying it on and getting the Disney Plus content out as quickly as possible so they can get the Loki content out as quickly as possible before things go mental, or before it becomes an unwatchable part of the MCU due to what might happen or might not happen with Jonathan Majors?
Yeah, I can absolutely see that. I think also out of the two, Loki's Loki is always going to be the one that they're going to deem the most successful out of the two, and the one that they want people to watch week after week, so they don't want to muddy the waters with Echo being out at the same time. I mean, are they both similar times of the year coming out?
They're not. I don't think so. I don't think they're intertwined at all.
So Loki release date 9th of June. So one's June and the other is like Echo's like say much later in the year, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, no, it can't be June. What am I on about? That's 2021. That's like I'm on about the first series. Oh, bloody June! I'll be well excited.
I was about to say, wait, what?
That's coming right around the corner.
You said 1st of June. That's today.
No, 9th of June.
9th of June. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Season 2 premieres on October the 6th. All right. So that's October
they are together then.
So they are together. So Echo release date 29th of November. So you've got October the 6th and 29th of November. So yeah, so Loki will finish just as Echo all comes out.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, we're just... Look, I'm not complaining. The more content for MCU, the more I get to watch TV. You know? You know what I mean? To be honest. It's the only thing I really watch, the only thing I really enjoy. So let's be honest. I ain't going to complain. Speaking of which, I need to say it. There has been a rumour... recently
Rumorville
broken out that there will be a Moon Knight season 2 and it's currently in development. Now I don't know if that's been delayed or even tanked because of the strikes, but yeah, that's been floating around in the ether. So I'm just going to say it and manifest it, mate.
Still not seen it. I'm saving it for the podcast.
Can't wait.
As am I next week's podcast.
Oh my god, mate! What are we doing next week?
We are back to TV series, as if we haven't done enough lately. But we are on What If?
Amazing.
Which I really can't wait for.
How many episodes are there of What If?
What If? I'm glad you asked, mate. There are 9 episodes.
Okay, we'll need to do that in 2.
Which is the same amount as Agatha, because we both said it. Yeah, that's. So yeah, what if we will? I think we're going to have to do that one episode at a time, right? Because they're all they're all looking into completely different things. So
we will. We'll split it in half like we do with the TV series, but we will need to have some good focus talking because there's so much to sort of. Like delve into with each episode because it really does take the whole concept of a what if and what could happen if this happened, and yeah, it's great. I love it and I cannot wait for the next series as well for this. It's just it's a wonderful addition to the franchise and it's done and packaged so uniquely as well. Yeah, mate, I can't wait. I'm thrilled. That's going to be a great episode, dear listener. So do make sure you catch up and do make sure you get to that one, but that will be on a Wednesday, won't it?
That will be on a Wednesday. Will it be on a Wednesday? I don't know. We're saying that. When are we going to record this weekend, bud?
We'll be able to.
Okay, we'll be able to.
We'll find time. We'll find time.
We'll do it. We'll
find time.
We'll be there next Wednesday. Yeah, it's been
amazing.
Absolutely. Any more news and rumours before we finish off?
The only last one that I've got is that Sam Raimi is reportedly in the final talks for directing Avengers: Secret Wars.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, man.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's a controversial one.
I'm not sure how
Love
I
him or
feel
hate
about that. Yeah, I'm not really, because he was behind Doctor Strange, wasn't he?
Multiverse, yeah.
Yeah. Which I, wasn't entirely impressed by. Gotta be
Fair
honest.
play, each to their own, innit?
To be honest, but yeah, okay. I really want the. Oh my god, who are the? I keep got the Duffer Brothers in my head, but they're the wrong ones.
The
Russo brothers, that's the one. Yeah, I really want Russo brothers. I want them back.
Great.
They're just insane, mate.
They're so good.
Piece of art.
What I will say is that you and I need to find a date to go and see the new Spider-Man movie across the universe. Dear listener, if you are going to see it, do let us know. Let's make this a reel right now. In the comments below, if you have seen Across the Universe, I want you to find 3 words that give the best depiction of what your reactions are to this movie, and we'll do it too. Let's have a conversation going.
Let us know. Likewise, go and see The Flash. Let us know also below. What did you think of The Flash? What did you think of Spider-Man? Let us know.
Yeah.
We'll see you on a flippity flip.
See you on a flippity floppy flip.
Flippity. See you later, Matt.
Bye.